Hey guys, what's up? Sermo11 here with a review of Degrassi Next Class. This review is more of jumbled thoughts, but you're watching this now, so you probably don't care. I really love Degrassi, and if you noticed last year, I tweeted about it all the time. I've seen seasons 12 and up, and this is season 15. I wish Teen Nick would have aired all the episodes every night for the entire show, but they kind of just restarted at season 12 and then just followed that cycle. This show is good. I also wish they hadn't canceled the show because I don't really like watching things online. I kind of find it to be a pain, but whatever. There's one story that I want to tell that's not really in the script before I kind of jump into the review, and it was that I actually did watch Degrassi when I was younger. I'd probably say like high school was probably the youngest that I was like aware of the show, and it was on Teen Nick. It was in the mornings, and it was like Sav's generation or whatever. I think he was kind of like the main character, right, of that generation. So around that time, and I was watching it like every day, or I tried to. And the problem that I ran into was that it was like a prom episode, right? So Sav gets in a limo, I believe it was him, and he's with this girl, and they end up having sex on prom night. And I don't know why, but I just thought this show was like too mature for me at that point. And I was just like, yeah, I gotta stop watching this. And then it's like flash forward to like college. I'm watching this all the time. I believe it was like late at night, and I was like, oh, Degrassi's on. I just looked at it, and I got addicted. I started watching it every night. And I just really like the show, but that's kind of like how I got into it, I guess. I'll be honest, these thoughts have been written down since January when I was actually really excited to discuss the show, but I don't know, circumstances, video was never made. My thoughts aren't really that organized well, so, I mean, whatever. I hope you enjoy the video anyway. I tried to add a few things to the review overall to make it sound a little bit better, but it's just a similar script, and it'll contain spoilers about the entire season. Please enjoy. So, Miles and Drew were my favorite characters mainly from Degrassi because they got all the girls, but there's a lot more to Miles' character, and throwing the girls thing aside, he's a really complicated character. Drew's from the previous generation of characters, I don't know if you haven't seen it, but Drew was pretty cool. Towards the end, he definitely seemed like the main character. I don't know if there was a main guy for that generation. Was there? Yeah, there was. There's always a main guy and girl. What am I talking about? So, Maya and Miles are the main focus of this season or this new generation. I don't really know how they do it specifically since this is like my first time starting with a generation, I guess. So, yeah. Maya and Miles have been the focus of their generation since their introductions in the show, basically. This season is quick. It's 10 episodes, but everyone gets a plot somehow, some way. And it's awesome. Some plots were quick, and in 1 or 2 episodes, it was solved, but it still feels complete in a way. And I'm not sure how they did it, but I love it. I marathon this show, and I was going to stop at episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4, episode 5, but I kept going, and I was just like, I might as well finish it. I had something to do when I was almost done with episode 9, so I kind of ended up falling asleep. But I watched it later. Netflix splits the show up into 10 episodes for each season. When I think they ordered 20 episodes. It's weird. But this is season 1 for some reason. Episodes 1 and 2 are really strong. I like how it's starting off with Maya almost passing the focus from Claire to Maya, passing the torch pretty much. And they even talk about Drake. They can't leave that alone. They're like, Aubrey, we made you, and we're going to reference you whenever we want. One thing that I noticed in the show, and really it's, I guess, apparent always in the show, for as long as I've been watching, pretty much, they switch partners a lot in this show, and they do it fast. That's kind of weird. It's been like that as long as I've been watching it, but I guess they kind of have to since there's so much drama in the show and there's a small cast of characters. So it's just like, we're not going to put you with some random girl that's not important. We're going to put you with someone in the cast, but you also have to continue to be friends after this or enemies after this. There has to be some sort of connection or drama there. Esme, her introduction was kind of crazy. I kind of think the character's too crazy. She cut her hair off and then she's kind of manipulating Miles. He was already messed up with the stuff with his dad that happened before, and then she kind of just pushed him off the deep end, and you kind of see that when he overdoses later in the season. The storytelling is really tight this season. Instead of doing it for 40 episodes, the 10 episodes fits together really nice. And while I did like this, I would have loved to see maybe 20 or 30 more episodes with the still, tighter, consistent storytelling. Tiny is starting to get main plots, but it doesn't really work for him. We learned that he's actually really smart, who knew, but I don't know. Tiny just doesn't work as like the main focus. We need more plots with them, but again, we just kind of have the gang stuff and him being smart. There needs to be a little bit more to his character, a little bit more detail before before I say that I like him getting main focus. I thought bringing the gaming club to the show was a good idea, but it was done very quickly, just like the election. But the gaming club thing is also related to the overall season, but the election was resolved too quickly. So I liked that the gaming club was pretty much consistent, and it was a big part of the entire season. The election was done in the first or second episode, I believe. I like the idea of covering Miles, Hunter, and Frankie. It's nice to have a whole family on the show, and we get to go to their house a lot, and I really like it. Hunter got his first major plot this season, and he's kind of crazy. We had hints of that in the last season, but Jesus Christ, man. This kid's messed up. His new gamer friends are kind of meh. I prefer the girl from last season, but she left the show. And I'm trying to think if this is the girl in... Is this the girl from Backstage? Is it? I need to look into that, because now I'm thinking about the girl from Degrassi when she was on the show, and I'm like, she looks like the girl in Backstage. Okay, alright, I'm going to look right into that, because Backstage is also a Canadian show, so it's very possible. Hunter, he's cool and everything, but with what happened this season, I think he should be in jail. Frankie is starting to get more plots, but they're not as interesting as really Hunter and Miles' plots. Hunter's attitude is kind of off-putting, but even though Miles messes up, I still enjoy Miles' character out of the family the most. Even though he messes up, he always makes mistakes and everything. I still find Miles interesting as a character. Zoe's crazy. She still has issues this late in the game. She's been messed up multiple times in the previous seasons. I thought the plot twist with Grace was cool. I didn't really think that she liked Zig. They're really playing around with that, and they kind of made us think that she was gay because she wasn't really in any relationships, and we didn't really get any hints to who she liked or anything, except with the whole thing with Zoe and Grace was basically trying for Zoe. She's not gay. They made a black joke too this season. They put two black characters together as well. Very clever, I guess. It feels real back to actually, whatever. I'm 8 minutes in. I'm not editing this, but it feels kind of realistic, and it almost makes me go back to my high school days with people moving around to another girl to another girl, or another guy almost right away, and that does happen in real life. But there's one thing that I think Degrassi kind of struggles with, and that is keeping a character normal. All these people have problems. Literally, every single character has some sort of problem. And once you get done with a problem, you get a new one. And it's present, but sometimes they may play a more regular role if they're not the main focus for the episode. But still, everyone's messed up in this show. And I think I kind of realized that when I was younger. Winston, I feel like he needs a plot. He got the play from last season. He used to always be with Miles, but he doesn't really work as well on his own. And he feels like a very weak character on his own, and it's almost weird seeing him without Miles. So I feel like they need to make that character stronger, give him a plot that's not Frankie, and we can see where he goes. I was kind of spoiled about Hunter and Miles because I was looking for the episodes online. When Degrassi Next Class came out, Netflix wasn't, I think I waited too, and Netflix wasn't working for some reason. So I was just like, oh, forget it, I'll just look them up online. And Hunter's plot this season was crazy. It was literally crazy. This dude is off. I think he needs to be in jail But the cast of the show is really small right now, so I don't think anyone will be dying or be put in jail. And really, I don't want any characters dying because overall, I like everyone. And Hunter, he brought a gun to a dance. Like, what the heck? It's not that serious. And yes, he was mistreated, but this dude is a freak. Like, you don't do that. You don't do that at all. One of the new actors sounded very normal in all their scenes. I won't really expose them or say who they are, but I would like for one of the new actors to work on like their scenes. And really, really two of the new actors I think could work on their scenes. Now that I think about it, these are like the new freshman kids. They're in the gaming club basically. That really narrows it down. The thing with Hunter, though, it was super clever since it was in the background, and I really like that. I really like the way that they told the story because Hunter and the Gaming Club, they weren't like, I don't know if they were in every episode, but they kind of disappeared for a little bit, and then they had all this stuff going on with Maya, and both of these were related. I just really like the cyberbullying aspect, and they didn't really focus on it, but it was definitely going on, and that was pretty messed up too. Plus, they swatted Maya. I kind of think all the gaming clubs should be in jail if they do some sort of plot where Hunter, I don't know, they showed him like in some sort of medical facility for like season 2, so I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's for like mental health or something, but he should be in jail. The gaming club should be in jail. They're all messed up. Now, the feminist club I thought was a good way of bringing the new girl into the show without forcing it, but the feminist club seems to show the extreme sides of feminism, and I don't really like. I can't think of her I can't think of her name. It's not Esme. It's the other girl. It's the girl with the hijab on her head. I can't think of it. So yeah, whatever. I don't really like her or the feminist club idea because the way they portrayed it didn't really seem like it was pushing for equality for everyone, because I believe at the beginning the boys and the girls had an equal number of bathrooms basically, and then she wants to get another bathroom. She wants to take the bathroom away from the boys because there are long lines in the girls' bathrooms. Okay, and I just talked about someone with this on one of the Degrassi videos, and basically I was saying that they should try to see if they can build another bathroom, one bathroom for the females and one bathroom for the males. Maybe try to find like an old classroom that you're not using anymore, and there you go, you have a bathroom or something. I just don't think that it should be unequal, and I don't think they should be taking anything away. I don't think they should be taking anything away from anyone if they're trying to push for equality for everyone. Hey guys, what's up? Sermo11 here. This is being recorded on a different day. I didn't get to finish the recording for this video, so I'm starting again, and there really isn't that much left. So I left off talking about the Feminist Club, and I saw some Degrassi stuff on the channel. I remembered her name because they showed it. Her name's Goldie, so that was the girl that was kind of like she was pushing the Feminist Club and everything. Now, I'm just going to go back to my script. I kind of wanted to talk about something in the past, and that was the shift from season 14A to 14B. I thought that was a little bit weird because Maya and Miles seemed like they were going to get back together, but then suddenly she's around Zig, and also Miles didn't seem that worried about Maya throughout this entire situation with the cyberbullying and everything. There was no like really connection there between the two. They're so distant from each other, and it's really weird. And having Miles leave Degrassi seems kind of similar to Drew, but with a different reasoning. And I think the show will be weird without him. I've seen pictures with him on set and him and Hunter, so I'm guessing we'll get a time skip to him being back. I don't think they're going to actually remove him from the show for an entire season or show him in a different location for the entire season, because that would be a little bit odd, but it's definitely possible, but I don't think they would do that. I thought the social media pushing, like how much social media was pushed in this season, was a little bit too heavy. I don't think social media is that involved with people's lives. Like, they did catfishing, and really everyone's just always on their phones. They're always on like their version of Facebook and Twitter, and I don't think it happens that much. You know, they're on their phones and social media so much this season, and I feel like people in college aren't even that different from high schoolers, and we don't use social media that much. But, you know, schools are different and everything. I know in my high school for like the first few years we couldn't really use cell phones, and it was like later on they started allowing them. And even then people would get them taken away for breaking the rules and bringing them out at all the wrong times and different stuff like that. But overall, this season was great and really strong. Hunter's plot was very good, but I feel like there needs to be some sort of punishment for his actions. Like, I don't want him to be removed from the cast or anything or be, like, put in jail, but it's just, like, there has to be some sort of punishment for this. Like, he didn't kill anyone, but, like, just, like, him having the thought of it, him having a list, like, you need to be in jail or something, man. Like, maybe be in jail for a few months or something. I don't know. Just do that during the time skip, if there is one. I think Degrassi is kind of full of influences. Sorry. Someone says something to you and you have to fix it somehow. And I thought that was a little bit weird. It's like, I can call someone creepy and then it kind of ruins their whole life. It's just like something they're always thinking about. And I thought that was a little bit odd. They might want to work on that. And one thing that really stands out is that everyone in this show has a role to play in the story. They're really involved with each other, and I kind of find that to be a little bit odd. I'd almost like some background characters with names just to take up space but not actually get focused in the show. I think that'd be pretty cool because the cast is so small at this point. You know, all the old cast members are gone. And there's nothing wrong with having a small cast. It just feels like everyone's involved with everyone's life. And it was like that in the previous seasons, too. It's just, I don't know, it's a little bit awkward, you know. It's like we have to put these characters near each other. I have a few complaints, but overall, you know, I did enjoy this. And I marathoned this, so it's safe to say that I really like this season of Degrassi, and I can't wait for more. Hopefully, I'll have a better review for the next 10 episodes if I do review the show. What did you think about this season? Are you watching Season 2? Because Season 2 is out right now. They've released like 2 or 3 episodes or something. I think it's out in Australia, and it's going to be coming out on Netflix next month. So I'm going to be checking that out. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like my content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. The links are below. I'm Sermo11. See you next time, and peace out.